Werner Heisenberg, The Uncertainty of the Universe, 1901 to 1976. Leipzig, Germany, 1927. In a dim university office, a young physicist stared at a sheet of paper filled with symbols. He had been wrestling with a paradox, one so strange it threatened to break not only the laws of physics, but the very idea of reality. After hours of thought, he set down his pen and whispered to himself, "The more precisely we know one thing, the less precisely we know the other." That simple idea would shake the universe. His name was Werner Heisenberg, and his discovery would become the heart of quantum mechanics, the science of the invisible. Heisenberg was born in 1901 in Würzburg, Germany, the son of a scholar. From an early age, he saw the world as a puzzle, one that could be solved through pure thought. As a student, he studied under Niels Bohr, the Danish master who had built the first model of the atom. Bohr's mind was calm and poetic. Heisenberg's was fierce and mathematical. Together, they formed one of the greatest partnerships in the history of science. But the atom, that tiny, mysterious world, refused to behave like anything familiar. Electrons didn't move in predictable orbits. They vanished, reappeared, and danced between possibilities. To classical physicists, it was madness. To Heisenberg, it was truth. In the summer of 1925, exhausted and sick, Heisenberg retreated to the remote island of Helgoland in the North Sea. There, with the sound of waves crashing outside his window, he filled notebook after notebook with numbers, symbols, and dreams. Then, in a flash of insight, he found it, a new mathematics that described not the paths of electrons, but their probabilities. He realized that subatomic particles didn't have fixed positions or speeds until they were observed. The act of measurement itself changed the outcome. 2 years later, he put this mystery into words. The uncertainty principle. In short, you can know where something is, or how fast it's moving, but never both at the same time. Reality, it turned out, was not absolute. It was a cloud of possibilities. His theory enraged the old guard. Einstein, once his hero, shook his head and said, "God does not play dice with the universe." Heisenberg, gentle but resolute, replied, "Not only does God play dice, he sometimes throws them where we cannot see." The age of certainty was over. A new vision had begun, one where the universe was not a machine, but a mystery, shimmering between what is and what could be. In 1932, at just 31, Heisenberg received the Nobel Prize in Physics for the creation of quantum mechanics, one of the youngest laureates in history. But his life was about to enter darkness. When the Nazis rose to power, Heisenberg stayed in Germany, torn between patriotism and conscience. He refused to join the party, yet continued his research, including work on nuclear energy. After the war, he was haunted by the moral weight of science. He spoke often of responsibility, that the power to understand nature also carried the duty to protect it. What we observe is not nature itself, he said, but nature exposed to our method of questioning. He spent his later years teaching, writing, and reflecting on how the boundaries between science and philosophy had blurred. Werner Heisenberg died in 1976, at peace, surrounded by his students and family. He had shown that uncertainty is not failure, it is freedom. That knowledge is not a fixed truth, but a living dialogue between mind and matter. And perhaps most profoundly, that the universe, in all its chaos, is not meant to be conquered, but understood in humility. Heisenberg once said, "The first gulp from the glass of natural science will turn you into an atheist. But at the bottom of the glass, God is waiting for you." He did not just study the atom. He studied existence itself.